You can die from someone else's sorrow. I'm not saying this. Robert Greene is saying this, and if you take this lightly, your life could be ruined, your career could end, your money could sink. And all this not because you made a mistake. All this because you let the wrong person come close to you. The 10th law of the 48 laws of power is infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. That means stay away from people who are unhappy, who are unlucky. Avoid them. Just like you avoid a contagious disease, avoid these people. And I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking that this is a very harsh thing to say. This is a very insensitive thing to say. Shouldn't we help unhappy people? Wait, this rule is not about people who are genuinely in trouble. This rule is about people who invite trouble themselves. Again and again, every time, and blame someone else every time. Robert Greene says that emotions are like viruses. Emotional states are as infectious as diseases. And those who are the most unhappy are the most dangerous because their intensity overpowers your thinking. A calm, happy man doesn't impress you much, but a suffering, crying, victim-like person attracts you. You think you should help them, and that's where you get trapped. Greene says another thing that you must remember. He says that you think you are saving a drowning man, but in reality, you are inviting your own disaster. You may feel you are helping the drowning man, but you are only precipitating your own disaster. What does a drowning man do? Think. He goes crazy. He grabs the head of whoever comes to save him and pushes him down. He tries to climb onto your shoulders. He doesn't think, he reacts. And if you don't let go, you both will drown. This is what infectors do. You go to save them, and they drown you along with them. Now let me tell you a story. The story of a woman who was one of the most dangerous infectors in history. Her name was Lola Montez, and she single-handedly destroyed at least 3 powerful men. But first, understand who Lola was. It was the 19th century. A girl was born in Ireland. Her real name was Mary Gilbert. From childhood, her life was unstable. Her parents divorced. She changed homes many times, changed many schools, never stayed anywhere. Then, growing up, she married an army officer. That relationship also broke. Then she changed her name to Lola Montez and started calling herself a Spanish dancer. Her entire identity was fake. Now see the pattern: instability from childhood, every relationship broken. Ran away from everywhere and never accepted her own mistake. Always blamed others. Mother didn't do right. Husband didn't understand. People didn't appreciate me. This is the pattern seen in infectors. And with this pattern, Lola started traveling across Europe as a dancer. And wherever she went, there was drama. Fights with people in the theater, conflicts with managers, fights with other dancers. She could never stay anywhere because she would have a problem everywhere, and every time the same thing came out of her mouth: "It's not my fault. Those people are bad." First victim, Paris. Lola arrived in Paris. There she met the owner of a big newspaper, a rich man, a sensible man, had respect in society. Lola presented herself to him as a poor thing. She said, "The world didn't understand me. I need support. I need someone who trusts me." And that man melted. He thought, "I will help her. I will support her. I will change her life." He married Lola. But after marriage, the real Lola emerged. She would go to parties and create drama, flirt with other men, do weird things in public. People in Parisian society started talking. People started laughing. That man's friends came to him. They said, "Brother, this woman will drown you. Leave her." But that man said, "No, no, you don't understand her. She needs me. I will handle her." Lola's dramas increased, rumors of her affairs spread, and one day someone disrespected that man because of Lola. To save his honor, that man had to fight a duel, and in that duel, he was killed. See what happened? That man died for what? In a fight caused by Lola because of Lola's drama. If he hadn't let Lola into his life, he would be alive, he would have his respect, his career, but he thought he would save her, and he drowned himself. And Lola, her husband's body wasn't even cold yet, and she left for the next city, looking for the next victim. Second victim, Munich, Germany. Lola reached Germany. There she set her sights on King Ludwig, the King of Bavaria, a 55-year-old man, a calm, wise king whom the people loved very much. Lola came to dance at the court. The king saw her. The king saw something in Lola, perhaps that helplessness, that intensity, that suffering. And the king started thinking, this woman is in trouble. She needs someone's support. I will help her. The king kept Lola in his palace, gave her immense wealth, lands, power. But the king's ministers knew who Lola was. They told the king, Your Majesty, look at this woman's past record. See what happened in Paris. Wherever she has gone, she has caused destruction. Remove her. But the king said, You people don't understand her. Those people were wrong. I will handle her. She will change with me. Lola did not change. Instead, she started more drama. She began interfering in politics, started giving direct orders to ministers. Whoever spoke against her lost their job. She would misbehave in public, insult people. All of Bavaria started hating Lola, and the target of that hate was the king. Because the king allowed Lola to do all this, riots increased. People took to the streets, and King Ludwig had to give up his throne at the age of 55. The king whom people loved was driven away by the people, only because he let an infector into his life. Later, Ludwig himself said, I was bound by magic. I couldn't understand what was happening. This is what infection does. You don't understand where you're getting trapped. And after the king's fall, Lola was also driven away, but she didn't stop. Next victim, the third victim, England. By now, Lola was infamous all over Europe. Everyone knew this woman was dangerous. But there was a young English army officer. He thought that all those people were wrong. I am different. My story with Lola will be different. I will give her love, and she will change. He married Lola. Result, sometime after the wedding, Lola attacked him with a knife. Yes, with a knife. Attacked the man who loved her. That officer lost his army job. English society cast him out. No one would talk to him. He left England and fled to Portugal, lived in poverty, and died in a boat accident. 3 men, 3 ruins, 1 pattern. The first thought, I will help her. He died. The second thought, I will handle her. Lost his throne. The third thought, I will change her. Got stabbed. And Lola? She went to California. Another relationship broke there. Then she turned to religion, started wearing white clothes and giving lectures. And at the age of 43, she died alone. She herself did not change, and whoever came close to her, she destroyed them too. Robert Greene says you cannot change them. They will change you. You can't change and improve them. They will change you. In this story, the mistake of all 3 men was the same. They saw the warning signs. People explained to them, but they thought, I am different. It will be different with me. I will save her. And this thinking drowned them. Now listen to another story. This is a story that changed history from ancient Rome. There was a man named Cassius. He was jealous of Julius Caesar. He couldn't stand that someone was more powerful than him, someone more successful than him, someone more popular than him, and this jealousy was inside him like a disease. Now Cassius had a friend named Brutus. Brutus was a calm man, straightforward. Caesar considered Brutus like a son. If Brutus had not met Cassius, perhaps he would have quietly waited his turn. Perhaps he would have come to power peacefully. But Cassius's poison spread into Brutus. Cassius would fill Brutus's ears every day. Caesar is becoming a dictator. Caesar will destroy us all. Caesar must be stopped. Otherwise, Rome will be ruined. And slowly, Brutus started thinking what Cassius thought. Brutus became infected. And the result? The assassination of Julius Caesar by that same Brutus whom Caesar considered a son. Now think, what happened after this? Caesar died and peace came to Rome? No. After Caesar's death, civil war erupted. Bloodshed occurred. Millions of people died. Cassius himself was killed. Brutus committed suicide. The Rome they tried to save by killing Caesar became even more ruined. Understand this. One man's jealousy changed the fate of an empire. If Brutus had not let Cassius come close, if he had ignored Cassius's words, perhaps history would have been different. In our India too, there are such examples. How many families have been broken by one person's negativity? How many friends have become enemies because of one person's instigation? How many partnerships have broken? How many businesses have been destroyed? This is the power of infection. It doesn't just change your life, it can change history. Now the question is, how will you recognize these infectors? Because these people look very innocent at first glance. They look very helpless. You feel that something bad has happened to them. You should help them. But by the time you understand that they are responsible for their own ruin, it's too late. By then, they have trapped you in their web. Robert Greene says that these people have certain signs. 5 signs, let me tell you. Remember them. First sign, their past is very turbulent. Their past is very disturbed. If you look at their past life, you will see that every relationship of theirs is broken. Every friendship of theirs has ended. There has been a problem in every job of theirs. It could happen once, could happen twice. But when you see this pattern every time, understand that the problem is not in others. The problem is in this person. Second sign, they never admit their mistake. Always portray themselves as victims. Always play the victim. When you ask them, why did this relationship break? They will say that person was bad. Why did you lose your job? They will say the boss was wrong. Why did friends leave? They will say those people were betrayers. They will never say, maybe I was also at fault. Because according to them, the fault is always someone else's. Third sign, these people are never satisfied. Never satisfied. No matter how much you do for them, they will say, what have you really done for me? This is a well that can never be filled. Their demands never end. Today they'll get one task done, tomorrow another, the day after a third. And if one day you refuse, you become the enemy. Fourth sign, their biggest weapon is emotional blackmail. They make you feel guilty. They make you feel that if you don't help them, you are a very bad person. You have no humanity. You are selfish. And you fall into this guilt trip. You do things you didn't want to do, just because you feel bad. And the fifth sign, whenever you meet them, you feel tired. You feel heaviness. Negative thoughts start coming into your mind. These people suck your energy. They are energy vampires. Before meeting them, you were happy. After meeting them, you are troubled. If you see even 3 of these 5 signs in a person, understand, danger is near. Stay away. Now let me give you some examples that happen in your daily life, that you see, that you meet, but you can't recognize that they are infectors. First example, that friend who wants to drag you into some network marketing. wants to trap you in some MLM scheme. He says, dude, just come to one meeting. Just listen once. What will you lose? And you think, well, he's a friend. How can I refuse? You go, you get trapped, your money goes, your respect goes. You start calling your other friends too because you need to get your money out. And that friend who trapped you, he's long gone looking for the next victim. Second example, that relative who always needs money. Brother, just give it this time, I'll return it next month. Times are very bad. You give the first time, he doesn't return it. He asks a second time, you give again, doesn't return it. Third time, fourth time, and slowly you become his bank. And if one day you refuse, he goes around the whole family bad-mouthing you. See how selfish brother is. Doesn't help his own. Third example, that office colleague who always talks negatively. Bad-mouths the boss, bad-mouths the company, bad-mouths the system. From morning to evening, that's all. And if you start having lunch with him, start having tea with him, then slowly you will become like him. You will also start cursing the boss. You will also start shirking work. And when the company has a shortage of work, both of you will be out. He was already going to be out. You will go with him too. Fourth example, that ex who keeps coming back, who left you, who broke your heart, but now says, I have changed. Give me another chance. And you think, maybe she really has changed. Maybe this time it will be different. You go back, and the same thing happens that happened before. They didn't change. Your time was wasted again. Fifth example, that old friend or office colleague who has fallen into some bad habit. Alcohol, gambling, drugs, anything. And now he wants you to help him. And you think, man, he's a friend, how can I leave him like this? But the closer you get to him, the more his quicksand will pull you in too. First, you'll just sit with him. Then you'll try it once. And then you'll be in the same pit he is in. These are all infectors. They are around you, and they are dangerous. Now, another very important thing is the savior complex, the desire to become a messiah. Many people feel that I will change them, I will improve them, I will make their life. Especially when that person cries when he says, I have no one but you. You are my only hope. Then your heart melts. You feel I will become their hero. But Robert Greene says this is the biggest mistake. He writes that you cannot change them. They will change you. Helping them will tire you out. You will get frustrated. You will go crazy. And they will remain as they were. Nothing will change. In Lola Montez's story, the same thing happened. King Ludwig thought he would handle Lola. He would change her. But Lola did not change. The king certainly got ruined. So get rid of this desire to be a messiah from within you. You are not God who will change everyone's fate. First, change your own fate. First, bring your own boat to shore. When you become strong yourself, when you become successful yourself, then think about others. Now, one thing I need to clarify, and this is very important. Robert Greene himself says that many people misunderstand this rule. They think Greene is saying run from every unhappy person, stay away from every troubled person. No, Greene says help those who are genuinely in trouble. Someone had an accident, someone is sick, someone suddenly lost their job, someone had a death in the family. Help them. It is your duty. It is humanity. But those who are responsible for their own ruin, who make the same mistakes repeatedly, who never learn, who blame someone else every time, avoid them. Don't help them, because they will not improve. They will drown you too. Understand the difference between circumstantial unhappiness and chronic unhappiness. Help the one unhappy due to circumstances. Run from the one unhappy due to their own habits. Now let me tell you a positive story. Because just running away is not enough. Just avoiding negative people is not enough. You also need to go towards positive people. Robert Greene tells the story of Napoleon and Talleyrand. Napoleon was very powerful, very intelligent, but he was a rough peasant. He didn't have social skills. He wasn't good at talking to people. He wasn't charming. Talleyrand was a very different person. He was cunning. Some say he was also treacherous. But he had a quality that Napoleon didn't have. He was extremely charming, extremely witty. He could win people over with his words. What did Napoleon do? He kept Talleyrand with him. Why? Because he understood that if I stay with this man, his qualities will come into me. And that's what happened. Napoleon absorbed Talleyrand's charm, learned from him. This is positive infection. Just as negativity spreads, positivity also spreads. Just as bad habits catch on, good habits also catch on. The question is, which infection do you choose? Greene says, find the quality you lack in others and spend time with those people. If you are moody, stay with cheerful people. If you are miserly, stay with generous people. If you are cowardly, stay with fearless people. Their qualities will come into you. You will become like them. And one thing, never stay with people who have the same flaw as you, because then both of you will amplify each other's flaws. Two misers together will become more miserly. Two cowards together will become more afraid. Our elders also said the same thing. Jasi Sangat Vaisi Rangat. Your company determines your color. This is not an old saying. This is science. This is psychology. This is the law of power. Now I give you 5 power rules. Remember them. Act upon them. First rule, recognize. Whenever a new person comes into your life, look at their past. Look at their old relationships. Look at their old jobs. If you see a pattern everywhere that bad things always happen to them, understand. Run. Second rule, run. Don't argue. Don't try to explain. Don't try to save. Just leave. Greene says, when you suspect the person in front is an infector, don't argue. Don't help. Just run away. Flee the infector's presence and suffer the consequences. Third rule, don't spread them. Don't introduce them to your friends. Don't bring them into your circle. Because if you introduce them to your friends, they will infect them too, and then your entire circle will be ruined. Fourth rule, create boundaries. Set limits. If you can't break the entire relationship, suppose it's a close relative, an office colleague you have to meet daily, then at least reduce talking to them. Stop telling them everything about yourself. Don't discuss your dreams, your plans with such people, because they will pour water on them. They'll find some flaw or the other. They will break your morale. And fifth rule, find positivity. Replace negative people with positive people. Make a group of friends who motivate each other to move forward, who help each other, who lift each other up. If you don't have such people around you, read books. Read biographies of great people. Come in contact with their thoughts. This is also a kind of positive infection. Another thing to remember, your reputation, your standing in society. People also judge you by who you associate with. If you are always seen with people who are notorious, who are quarrelsome, who are always in trouble, then people will form a similar opinion about you. People will think you are probably like them too. And many times, good opportunities will slip out of your hands. Just because your company was bad, just as you keep the doors of your house closed so that no thief can get in, similarly keep the doors of your mind closed so that no negative thought or negative person can enter. Your mental state is your biggest asset. Your biggest asset. Protecting it is your primary duty. So what is the conclusion? Avoid infection. Recognize unhappy and unlucky people. Those who are responsible for their own ruin, maintain a safe distance from them. And stay with happy and successful people, so that their success and happiness can also reach you. This isn't being selfish. This is being wise. This is taking responsibility for your own life. If you are not happy yourself, how will you give happiness to others? If you are not successful yourself, how will you help others? First, save yourself. Make yourself strong. Remember Lola Montez. 3 men were ruined, only because they refused to recognize an infector. Remember Cassius, whose jealousy turned Brutus into a murderer and changed history. And remember Talleyrand too, whose positive energy made Napoleon even better. The choice is yours. Which infection do you choose? Who do you let come close to you? Take stock of your life today. Look at your contacts. Recognize who is poisoning your life. And as soon as you recognize, without any guilt, without any regret, create distance from them. Robert Greene's This Law is perhaps the most important law in this entire book, because in other laws, you play some trick, you make some strategy. But this law saves your life, saves your respect, saves you from getting ruined. Greene himself has written that there is no exception to this law. No exception. There is no benefit to staying with negative people, only loss. And there is no loss in staying with positive people, only benefit. This was the 10th law, infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Remember it. Act upon it. Because knowledge is of no use until it is applied. Manage your company, save your energy, and move forward with the right people.